Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. He counting money. He said, "Can man, the hell with rap. I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome, ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vickers. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah. I don't like niggas, what's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. I look and say, take flight, nigga.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog Fantasy app. They'll also match your first deposit up to $100, and you get a special pick when you sign up. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Mase and Cam.
Killer, what's good, man?
Brother, what's up, man? How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, these games are crazy, man.
Yeah, man. You know how I go. We at the next round, man. We at the next round, man. Shit getting tighter, pause. Word.
What do you think about what's going on?
That's what we had to talk about, man. We about to talk about it right now.
Yeah, so let's start. Okay, so the Nuggets lost to the Timberwolves again in game 2, but this time 106-80. Do you guys think the Timberwolves will sweep the Nuggets? And then overall reaction to the game?
Well, maybe I should ask you that, Stat. Maybe I should ask you and Cam, because I believe I said this yesterday. I said if once they come out and get this game, I want to know how everybody's going to look at this, because I just saw the way they were playing defense on the Timberwolves, and it just looked like they didn't have no answers. And this looked like they grew in confidence, like I expected them to. And if they do this at Denver, I can only imagine what I said will be true. Yeah, I know nobody probably saw them going out 4-1, but that's what it's looking like, 4-1. They might get a game. And, I mean, Ant-Man was looking like Jordan, like I said, right? So I want to be on record that I was the first one to say this. I know people out there said don't make that comparison, but that's exactly what it looked like tonight. And that's exactly what it's going to look like tomorrow. And that's exactly what it's going to look like by the weekend. And when y'all catch up to the new experts, Stat, I'm going to want my credit.
Credit will be given. Credit for sure will be given. We are keeping track. Okay, and then Cam, what do you think?
First of all, Mace always wants credit. I sound like a 5-year-old. Give me my credit every day. Yeah, give me my credit. Now, who does that but a kindergartner? Give me my credit. Pick the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns when the season started. That's what you picked. Me too. But Minnesota has been looking good. They look really good. Denver looks vulnerable. Like May said, though, if this is going on in Denver, I can only imagine what's going to happen in Minnesota. And I haven't seen the Joker look this vulnerable in a long time. These niggas' names shouldn't be the Timberwolves. It should be a Pack of Wolves, the way these niggas is playing defense on fucking the Nuggets, bro. And you know, like you be trapping a nigga and then the ref don't call and they be looking at the ref like this. They put it in slow motion. Niggas is not touching you, Jamal Murray. Niggas is not touching you, Michael Porter Jr. Y'all niggas is just getting swarmed by a pack of wolves and y'all look vulnerable. Joker, I think he had like 6 points in the first half, seven. Joker be usually having a triple-double by halftime. They look really, really vulnerable, man. And Mace might be right. This looks like a 5-game series. And I'm being nice saying that. At this point, I really don't know. The biggest takeaway I take from this game, also, their bench looks good. The kid Nas, they look really good. The biggest takeaway I take from this game isn't about the game, to be honest with you. It's about, and I don't care what y'all say, ladies or whoever. I know it's more ladies going to be mad at what I say than anything else. Rudy Gobert, I know you having a baby. You can't be missing shit like this, bro. What the fuck you mean? Yo, my nigga, I was highly upset at this shit, man. Now, your son is not going to remember you being there. I went through a situation like this, and my son is actually here today, to be honest. And I was shooting a movie, Paid in Full Murder, and I was in the middle of shooting Paid in Full, and I had to order a jet to get back to Jersey, and I was like 6 or 7 hours late, missing my son be born. I was like, damn, I missed it by 6, 7 hours. And my son's mother threw it in my face for years. You wasn't even there when your son was born. You wasn't even there when your son was born. I'm like, if I could have been there, I would have been there. But I went to the hospital. He was born. I chilled for like 8 hours, and I left to go finish the movie called Classic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes he don't even remember that. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, it's a special moment. Of course you want to be there. But it's a championship on the line, man. And it's a championship your son gonna understand later on. Like my son right today, he understands the businessman that I am. And he would understand if I missed him being born by 8 or 9 hours. He can't remember when he popped out like, yo, Dad, you wasn't there. He don't remember. Rudy Gobert, I get it. I probably know you're going to catch hell. Y'all figured you was up 1-0. And I don't respect. If you was on my team, yo, Murder. If he's on your team, yo, Murder. If he was on your team, how you feel? Even though y'all won by 20, son, how you looking at Knicks next game? I'm just asking you your opinion.
Yeah, I'm looking at it like we don't need them. Yeah. we won the biggest league.
You start hitting you with the, yo, what's up, niggas? Yeah, what's up? I'm good, my nigga.
I don't know if you're going to be in next game.
Yeah, and not only not be in next game, I'm not saying that birth of your child is not a big deal, because it is. But I don't know what else you could be swayed out of missing the game about. I don't know what could happen with you. This is championship shit on the line. We are playing the defending champs. And you're not in the lineup. I ain't jacking it, of course, because you could have left after. Y'all niggas flying jets. You know what I'm saying? After the game, get on the jet, go see what's going on, get back on the jet, and go back to Minnesota. First of all, the next game is at home.
Yeah.
I ain't jacking it, bro. I'm not. So that was my biggest pick. And they did way better without you. I'm not saying they don't need you. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But be careful. This is the shit that happens how quarterbacks lose their job. Missing 2, 3, 4, 5 games, and then next thing you know, yo, we figured something out where you should come off the bench.
Yeah.
And that way,
Reed should be the starter.
Yeah, that should be the starter. And then that way we'll get your maximum potential. They start hitting you with all that type of shit. But I think Mase is right. I think this goes 5. I don't know about a sweep. I'm only giving Denver a game at this particular point because they're the defending champs. But I have to agree with Mase. I don't see this past 5. The way it's looking. I haven't seen a Joker that's vulnerable, and then we talked about it yesterday. I don't even motherfucking like the way Joker said that. When Joker said you might need to clone me or make 2 or 3 of me to beat these niggas, they say we got them. That's some mental shit right there. You don't.
Yeah, that's your leader. That's the leader saying that.
Yeah.
And when you see Ant-Man hitting threes running back like this.
Like joy.
I said, oh, yeah.
Yo, Peter, niggas said, after game 1, Joker gonna sit there and say, yo, we might need 2 or 3 of me to beat these niggas. It's like, well, that ain't happening. So we already got them mentally. Mentally, man. So that's my opinion on that.
Okay. And then now Jamal Murray could actually face severe punishment for throwing a heat pack on the floor during the game. Some people are calling for him to be suspended game 3. So what do you guys think about that? And then what could you actually see happening?
I know they may not want to suspend him for throwing a heat pad on the floor, but that is very troublesome because somebody could have slipped on it, somebody could have fell on it, pause, all of that. Anything could have happened. Somebody could have really got hurt with that idea, especially because he's on the sideline. There's no reason for you to throw anything on the court, especially an item. Like it's different if it was a water and he was waving to his team and something happened. It's different if somebody else threw something on the floor, but that's not what happened. If he was throwing water because he was trying to root his team on, that's totally different. You throwing an item on the floor, you respect the game, but that doesn't show that. And he should be out.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I don't know. I missed this first when this actually first happened. I'm actually looking at the shit right now like, bro, the fuck are you doing, my nigga? What are you doing? I see, yo, you threw that shit in 3 seconds while niggas was playing?
Yeah, like
you violated. You violated, bro.
Nigga could have twisted his ankle,
doing,
broke
bro?
his
I thought y'all
leg,
meant like it was
anything.
about to be a timeout. You doing that during action? yo, y'all niggas some crybabies, bro, because you just hit 2-game winners. It was all good just a week ago. Shit was right or wrong. It was all good just a week ago. Now you throwing ice packs because you can't do nothing about what's going on. Stop being crybabies. You know what I don't like, Neva Murder? Is that every time these days, if a nigga don't get the call, not just this game, I see every player do it. They'll get the call. They looking at the ref every play. Yo, stop crying, my nigga. Jalen Brunson had did that one game, and at halftime they was walking to my dad. His dad.
Yo,
yeah. One of them shits where you don't use, when your teeth still cleanse together. Yo, cut this shit the fuck out and stop crying. And he did. And the thing about, Jamal Murray, I just watched that shit. That was uncalled for and that was unnecessary. Now, I know it's the playoffs and they don't want to lose an all-star, the second best player on the team, a key player. But I think that's calls for suspension. And I'm not one of them niggas that like to give out suspensions. But you did that while niggas was in 3 seconds? While I thought when y'all just said that shit, that like it was a timeout, he just threw it. It was actual play going on, bro. Are you out your fucking mind? You're bugging, my nigga. When you hit all these game winners and all this shit last series, it was all good. I think it's called for suspension because now, let's say, for instance, right? Let's say fuck Minnesota. Let's say the Joker slip on it. Then what? Then you look like the biggest asshole in the world. Pause. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Like Rudy Gobert when he was playing and passing COVID out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you're
this
bugging.
Nigga ain't available.
Yeah, I really don't like calling for suspension, especially during the playoffs. I really don't. But I think that calls for a suspension because you not only can hurt somebody from the other team, you can hurt somebody from your team. Look, the Minnesota Timberwolves coach is injured. He's in the second row from a play where they just ran into him by accident, a freak accident. Pause. Like, my nigga, that was wild. I ain't jacking that. Like, I don't really call for players to get suspended, but if it was something for a nigga to get suspended for, that was it right there.
Okay. And then Jokic had 16 points, 16 rebounds, and 8 assists. How do you guys feel about those numbers from him?
They're decent numbers for anybody else, really decent. But for Joker, that's not enough for them to beat this caliber of team. This team is running on all cylinders. You know, when you're playing a team that's getting great production from the perimeter, and down low, it's gonna be hard to beat that kind of team. And 16 is not gonna be enough, especially when you got Murray underplaying and the rest of the team not playing as well. It's going to be impossible to beat them with those numbers.
Yeah, I can't say it any better. If that was anybody else, that's spectacular. For the Joker, that's not it. I was referring to that earlier in the segment that he had less than 10 points in the first half. That's not Joker shit. And I haven't seen him look this vulnerable in I don't know how long, man. Look, even last series when they played the Lakers, they won 4-1, but it wasn't like they got the Lakers out of here. It took 2 of them games with buzzer beaters from Jamal Murray. And I was saying that when I was looking at it, I'm like, all right, they the champs. They win the games. It don't matter if you win by 100 or you win by 1. But it didn't look that dominant against the Lakers, to be totally honest with you. And now it's showing against Minnesota that maybe this isn't the team from last year. Maybe it is a big deal that Bruce Brown isn't there. Maybe it is a big deal that Jeff Green is in Houston. Look, these were key players on that championship team, and I'm not saying that would make a difference today, but those were key factors in you winning that championship last year. And right now, your bench is looking light. Reggie Jackson isn't looking like the Reggie Jackson that we're used to seeing. And y'all really, really looked outnumbered. But as far as Joker's numbers, anybody else, like Mase said, spectacular. Right, it's a super underachievement for Joker in the playoffs that we've been used to seeing.
Okay, now let's get into the next game. So the Pacers lost to the Knicks 121-117. So first, are there any key things that you're impressed by so far? Then how do you guys predict this series to go?
First of all, shout out to the Knicks and all the Knicks fans out there. I'm not gonna say I'm a Knicks fan, but the Knicks are playing really well. This is as good as I've seen the Knicks play since the time they had Who was that? They had Anthony Mason, John Starks. This remind me of that run. They came up.
What about, not to cut you, what about the Allen Houston run when they went to the chip, though? They went to the chip.
Yeah, they did. But this one is that flair. When Starks came alive and niggas thought Starks was up there with Jordan.
Yeah.
It was that hype.
Okay. I got you. I just wanted to make sure where you was at. I dig it.
No, that's good. And when they had Mason, Oakley, Ewan, everybody on that team, that was a great team. And it is a new energy in New York. I mean, when you start seeing all the stars come out, you see the old school stars, the new school stars, everybody coming out to the games, is just let you know that Jalen Brunson, not just by himself, that he got a great supporting cast. Whoever those kids are from Villanova that are grown men now, they are doing their thing in New York. And I think that's like a dream come true to play with somebody you play with on a lower level, on a higher level. So it's like everybody that's on this team, not everybody, but him, Josh Hart, and the other kid, they all played at Villanova. And to think that they're winning at this level just speaks to the validity of what the coach did at Villanova, you know? So I'm really excited for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm totally wrong. I like to admit when I'm wrong. Jalen Brunson, for his 40-point wins, has been winning. He's been winning. Then the supporting, I said he wouldn't win when he gets 40. He's had 40 on several occasions after I said that. So I'm totally wrong about that. But the supporting cast from Villanova last night, I believe, well, let me take a look before I say the wrong thing. 25 from Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, 25 points. It's dope when all three of y'all went to the same school.
Yeah.
And OG, man, he's very, the energy he brings, he's like a Draymond Green without punching niggas in the face and kicking people and all that. He brings a really, really dope energy. And Thibodeau has figured out how to maneuver with these players. But, I'm not being a Debbie Downer or anything like that. I'm just saying the truth. Because look, the Knicks was, you know what it is, Murder? Last year, the Knicks was here too. I'm not going to get hyped till next round. Now, if they go next round, Nick paraphernalia all over the place. But I'm not getting hyped about this. This was here last year. The end of this game was, if I'm Rick Carlisle as the coach of the Indiana Pacers, I'm losing my motherfucking mind because the inexperience showed at the very end of this game. You see you had a young squad. You see they made bad mental mistakes to where they could have actually won this game. They was up 9 points in the fourth quarter. You down 1 point. You're down 1 point with about 17 seconds to go, and you have the ball. You inbound the ball to Halliburton. That's another thing. Halliburton, you underachieved. Jalen Brunson bust your ass. It looked like the moment was too big for you. It looked like you wasn't used to them Garden lights. This ain't the in-season tournament, nigga. This the Garden. It's the Mecca, nigga. And it's the playoffs. Look like a deer in headlights. But anyway, what I was going to say is when they inbound the ball with 17 seconds left and you're down 1 point, Halliburton gets the ball. I believe it was Turner, if I'm not mistaken. Goes to set a pick, and it's a legal screen. So now they call an offensive foul to where the Knicks get the ball back. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, first of all, look, don't set no screen for me. I know how to dribble. I've never been one. I wave picks away. When I ball, no, I don't need all that. I've never been a pick nigga, pause. I never had a problem thinking a nigga is going to steal the ball from me when I was playing basketball, especially in that situation. You set a screen in the backcourt, so then you lose the ball with 17 seconds left, and now the Knicks get it back. Now the Knicks get it back, you commit a foul before they inbound it, and the rule is now if you commit a foul before they inbound it, you get a free throw. So now the Knicks get a free throw before they even inbound it. They make the free throw. Indiana goes up 2 points. Now the Knicks inbound it, and they get fouled again, so they hit the 2 free throws. So you go from being down 1 point, having the ball, to losing the ball, to committing a foul on an inbound play, to being down to 2 points, to have to commit a foul because time has run out, to being down 4 points. Those are all young mental mistakes. If I was Rick Carlisle, I would lose my mind. But that's part of the game. That's why you play 48 minutes, and it is what it is. But this would be an interesting series. I thought it was a great game, and I'm looking forward to the next one. But I'm going to calm down, man. I digress. We're going to wait and see what happens, man.
Yeah, all Rick Carlisle got to do is go in this locker room and say, listen, y'all niggas is losing to Villanova. Are y'all niggas professionals or not?
Yeah, that's it.
And you're going to get a different response from them.
Okay, so we got to talk about the stats and then the social media reactions right now. So Jalen Brunson became the first NBA player with 40 points, 5 assists in 4 straight playoff games, and the 4th player to score 40 or more points in 4 consecutive postseason games, the first since Michael Jordan in the 1993 NBA Finals. So of course, when you hear that, people are going crazy. Knicks fans are hype. Nick is shaking his head. Knicks fans are hype. Thoughts on the stat when you hear that?
Yeah. See, this is where I gotta get out the car. I'm telling you. This is where you get out the whip right here. When they start saying Jordan and all that. I gotta get out of this taxi. I see where this is going. This is probably gonna jinx them by you doing this, but I don't know. You know, it's a great accomplishment, but I'm not ready to stand there yet.
I think it's a super duper accomplishment.
Yeah.
But stat, when was the last time it happened? When?
1993
When?
NBA Finals.
The finals, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, the finals.
That makes a difference.
Yeah.
It do.
This is how young niggas change the goalposts.
That's why you gotta listen to the question.
They come up with stats and say, "Oh, such and such since Michael Jordan."
Yeah, but that's why.
But
that's
Mike
why I like.
did it in the.
That's why I like to repeat the question. They said,
In the
in the finals." All right, and I'm not. Look, we got a long way. Look, they out ones that we got a long way to go, and I don't want to say nothing wrong because I've been wrong about him scoring 40 and winning, but it's the finals. It's the finals, man. And it's Michael Jordan. Let me ask you a question, Mase, real quick, because this is the next argument with Knicks fans right here. And I'm not sure if I asked you this already on the show or not. But let's just ask again, just to be clear. Who are you taking, Jalen Brunson or Anthony Edwards?
Anthony Edwards.
No, the niggas get mad at me because that's who I said, and they can't understand. And what they said is, he ain't out 40. He had 44 games in a row. Why would you pick him? So I was just wondering what you had to say.
What did you say? What did you say?
I said Anthony Edwards, but the Knicks fans attack me, my friends, because they get an attitude with me and say, well, he ain't out 44 games in a row like Michael Jordan. And this after I said, bro, let's just look at what's going on. Like, you can't even have a rational conversation when you're trying to you're trying to be rational. Everything is irrational. So I just was wondering where you was at with that particular scenario. If you're starting a team today, who are you picking out of those two?
But why wouldn't you pick Jalen over Ant-Man?
Size, pause, athleticism, defensive prowess, those 3 things, height. And listen, to me, Jalen Brunson has been the best player on the East Coast the last 3 months, and arguably maybe the best playing, not say the best player, but playing the best basketball in the postseason outside of Ant-Man. But if I'm starting a team today, I'm going with 6'5". I'm going with athleticism. I'm going with the 3-point shot. I'm going with top defense of the year. I'm not saying him by himself, but Minnesota's been the #1 defense all year in the NBA. All that counts. He doesn't have game-winning shots only. He has game-winning block shots to where he stops the other team from scoring to save them to win. So if I had to pick, I'm going with Anthony Edwards, but I wouldn't be mad at Jalen Brunson either. I just want to see we use that because I get attacked by Sin and the barbershop and everybody else in New York who's upset with that answer.
And what is Jalen Brunson listed? What is he listed? 6'1"? I want to check that before I make my next statement.
6'2".
6'2".
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really kind of challenging for smaller guards to win championships. I know there's been a few that's been on teams, but mainly when somebody win a championship, the guards are taller than 6'1", 6'2".
Well, yeah, you know what's crazy? I seen, I believe I was watching the NBA show on ESPN. I'm not sure. I think it was Becky Hammond, and she was going off saying that it hasn't been done. Nobody 6'1" has ever won, 6'1" or 6'2", whatever, has ever won a championship. It's not going to happen for Jalen Brunson. It happened for Allen Iverson. She said it didn't happen for somebody, Don Stockton, whoever she started naming.
Yeah.
But let me, the 1A.
Tony Parker.
Yeah, well, she was saying the 1A player.
Oh, yeah.
The 1A player has never happened for. Becky, you're bugging the fuck out. Isaiah Thomas did it. Niggas forgot about Zeke. Zeke did it. So let's not say it never been a 1A player that's won a championship that's been under 6'2". So I know you guys are supposed to be the quote-unquote niggas who know what y'all talking about. But dig a little deeper, pause, because it does happen with the main player being 6'1" with Isaiah Thomas. And this is probably why Isaiah Thomas got beef. Isaiah Thomas got beef with everybody.
Yeah, because he's like, if I was doing this at 6'1", pause.
Yeah, exactly. Isaiah told me and Mase last year when we was in Phoenix that nobody's better than him ever. Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, anybody.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas.
He said, if I was 6'6", make me 6'6", and give me Pippen and all of these other niggas.
Yeah, imagine what I do. And he said, make me 6'9" and give me Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and you take Bill Lambert. And he says his road to the championship that he beat Michael Jordan, he beat Larry Bird, and he beat Magic Johnson, pause, to win these championships. So Isaiah, you know, a lot of time Isaiah, because of what Jordan did in the 90s, what he did kind of gets overlooked because Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were these icons that were beefing with each other, and then not really beefing. The NBA made it set up to where the Lakers on the West Coast, so you got a blue-collar town with Boston, where Larry Bird is from. So that was so iconic between a great white basketball player and a great basketball player, black basketball player, to where during the 80s, that was kind of the matchup to make it East Coast versus West Coast, white against black. And they sold the NBA on that. But when those two started declining, Zeke won 2 championships back-to-back. Then when Michael Jordan started to come do whatever he wanted to do, that kind of got swept under the rug with the Pistons. Between Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan, people tend to forget what the bad boys did with the Pistons. So shout out to Zeke.
And then before we move on from the Knicks, so apparently the Knicks are reportedly willing to offer almost anything to pair Devin Booker with Jalen Brunson.
I heard
so
that.
Is this a dynamic you would like to see? And is this what you think would gel? Or do you guys think it's not a good decision?
I'm not going to lie. I was hyped about this until Killer made his statement. And when he made his statement, it reminded me, if you're winning, you don't want to put somebody on your team that's not winning. I don't care how good you think they are. If they're not showing tenacity towards winning, just can't add that on your team. I remember when the Bulls added Ron Harper and they end up winning. But at first I was very reluctant about that as well. Like, nah, I don't know about this. But they were all 6'6" and 6'9" and 7 feet. So that would be different on this team. I think they got the points they need from the perimeter. I don't think you add somebody on the perimeter to this team that we're looking at now. If you add anything to this team, you add a dominant 4 or a dominant 5, but you do not add somebody on the wing and mess up the chemistry that they have right now, regardless of how good you think those other Villanova players are. They are getting the job done. And when you got somebody getting the job done, it just doesn't make sense to swap them out.
Yeah, that was well put, pause. I'm thinking to myself, it's too early. It's too early. Let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, the Knicks just won a great series between
That's
the
New York
Sixers.
niggas for you.
Yeah. Then you just won your first game in the second round. Calm the fuck down, yo. Let's see what happens. I was talking to Sin again, and I was telling him, I said, listen, the Eastern Conference Finals for the Knicks is one thing, and the championship's another. But this is, and I'm not saying a bunch of players, but this may be Julius Randle's worst nightmare. The Knicks going to the Eastern Conference Finals, and the finals, he's out.
Yeah.
He's out. He's totally out. I'm sorry, Julius Randle, but you are out. You gonna
you
niggas
can
on the
sell
phone.
his house tonight.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not saying they do that now because they still have a series to win, but Eastern Conference Finals, I'm going to start getting on the phone. I'm not saying Josh Harder, DiVincenzo, or even OG, because these are the dynamics that are getting you there. If I get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and let's just say they don't win or whatever, we don't know yet. I'm saying, what's going to get us ahead of Boston? Is it Devin Booker? I don't know if it's Devin Booker. And what am I giving up to get Devin Booker? I'm not sure, but I know one thing. This is Julius Randle's worst nightmare for the Knicks to get to the next round. You can sit there and act like you're happy and act like you're cheering on, but this is how quarterbacks lose their job. Just chilling out for a minute or getting hurt for 2 minutes, and then the next thing you know, we're going to start. I'll tell Alex Smith, no, we're going to start Kaepernick now because we had seen some, but you are nigga. Drew Bledsoe never came back for us. Tom Brady went off to be the best quarterback ever. He went to Dallas, started, get hurt again. Tony Romo took his spot. And I know this is basketball and football and it's apples and oranges, but when you take a seat because of injury or whatever the reason is, and niggas is doing it to this level to where the Knicks are winning like this, it's time to see what we can get back for you because we did this with you a couple years and we haven't got this far. So that's why I say I'm not jumping the gun. The Knicks been here last year. And it's about getting to the next round. But I don't think this is good for Julius Randle. As far as Devin Booker, does Devin Booker make the Knicks better getting rid of the people I seen they getting rid of, that they told me about getting rid of was Josh Hart, OG, and Julius Randle. I don't get rid of all of that for Devin Booker. As good as Devin Booker is. But you know, me and Mase was talking about it before the show.
I definitely wouldn't get rid of Josh or OG.
Right. So me and Mase was talking about it before we actually came on live this morning. And we were saying, we can imagine the shit Devin Booker talking about. Devin Booker did not get there with this new owner. Yep. He did not get there with this coach. He was not playing with Kevin Durant. He was not playing with Bradley Beal. And for some reason, it looked like it was a better team without
them niggas.
Without them. So now he like, I don't really know niggas like that. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know niggas like that. I'm basically in a stranger's house right now. I don't have any idea who none of these niggas is. And he may be open to leaving. So, I don't know, man. If I'm the Knicks, I got to wait and see what happens.
And then with all this uncertainty and given these recent playoff eliminations, which team do you guys believe was the biggest letdown in the playoffs?
The biggest letdown is about to be Denver, but before that, I think the Clippers. To me, the Clippers definitely underachieved. I don't remember a team ever being stacked like that, and going out in the first round. I don't think in history I ever seen a team with 4 All-Stars. And maybe you guys can look up one and let me know, but I don't remember any team that had a guy who led the league in triple doubles with another guy who led the league in scoring multiple years, with a Finals MVP, with who else? With Paul George. I mean, with another guy that people are saying is a GOAT. How do you have a GOAT, a 2-time scoring champ, a Finals MVP, and a guy who led the league in triple doubles 2 years, at least 2 years, and not get out of the first round with a coach that is stellar and supposed to be Hall of Fame as well? I mean, or at least a great one, a great basketball mind, a savant, as they would say. There's no way you're supposed to be out the first round. It just makes no sense.
And and I'm not disagreeing with your answer. I think that's a great answer. It's not, to me, it's just opinionated. But to add on to what you said, 2 league MVPs. To add on to the resume.
Yeah, 2 league
MVPs on the team. Because Kawhi wasn't there, I'm not mad at Mase answer because of my slogan, best ability is availability, so it's no excuse. But I'm going to say the Phoenix Suns, they didn't win a game.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah. They're the biggest losers.
Yeah, I'm going with the Phoenix Suns for biggest disappointment. At least the Clippers got a couple games. God damn. Niggas didn't get a game. And look, we may be watching some wild shit because if Denver don't get a game,
that's what I'm saying. If you know how there was so many great niggas playing killer that we say they was just in the Michael Jordan era.
Yeah, that's true.
Them niggas was dead nice. They just...
And you know what I was thinking about too? And we still got a lot of basketball left to watch. We talk about this changing of the guard shit and everything else. But what happens is this: when the playoffs come, you get fans starting to get used to new niggas. You get fans getting used to Anthony Edwards. You get fans getting used to Shea. You get fans already familiar with Kyrie and Luka, but you get fans used to Jalen Brunson. And now, next year, if Steph or Kevin Durant or LeBron don't make it, we're already kind of used to you not making it. And now you're going to look older and it's going to be like, we might need to back niggas up. You feel me? Like, because now that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to get fans to not see you in the postseason because now they comfortable with it. Yeah. You know, when this shit first started, niggas like, oh man, Kevin Durant not playing, LeBron not playing, Steph Curry ain't making, but like, all right, we gonna survive. we gonna be all right.
The future is bright.
The
future is bright.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if niggas want to say that, but I do want to add real quick, Murder. Let me say this because I know we probably gonna go to break after this. Yo, listen, man. Y'all niggas gotta chill in LA. That's why I fuck with Mark Cuban. Shout out to Mark Cuban. Big shout out to Mark Cuban. Because soon as all this circulation started with Jason Kidd potentially going to LA, they just did a contract extension on Jason Kidd contract yesterday. Like, he just signed a 2 to 3 year extension, Paul. So then niggas is like, let's just dead Jason Kidd out the whole Laker conversation now because y'all niggas is trying to lure niggas over there. Fuck out of here. Mark Cuban bust moves. He don't wait for niggas. He ain't got time. He ain't got time shit to linger. Jason Kidd ain't going nowhere. So now you're down to
JJ
Redick and Ty Lue. And if I'm Steve Ballmer, I'm not letting Ty Lue go nowhere. I just got a new stadium. I got all these niggas on the team and Mase just named all they stunts. We gonna do another year to try and figure this out in our own stadium. I'm not letting nobody go. So now you're really probably left with JJ Redick. And I see Michael Wilbon going off on Anthony Davis and LeBron James, saying how LeBron James had 9 coaches in his career. This is probably going to be his 10th coach, and that he doesn't take accountability when it's time to when it's losing. They didn't have the right players or they didn't have the right coach. And it's a clip going around right now how Michael Jordan says we just wasn't good enough when he got eliminated, and Kobe Bryant saying I have to be better. This is why we get eliminated. Then they go to Braun. He's like, well, we ain't had the right pieces. And the coach and this, that, and the third. And part of being the GOAT, and Braun know he my nigga with the whole crew, but even if that is the fact, you got to say that. I agree with that. You got to take accountability and say, I just wasn't better. And then when the cameras go off, just say, niggas wasn't shit. But when you say it publicly and project it publicly, it just looks like you're blaming shit on other people, and that may be a fact. But when you're superstar status or potential best 1, 2, 3 players in the world, to me, that's the right thing to say.
Yeah, when you're the GOAT, nigga, it's up to you. The team go is wherever I take them. You're the GOAT. That's what it means to be the greatest of all time. If you're going to wear the crown, take the war. Kings have to go to war, man.
Yeah, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Mark Cuban because he deaded all that shit quick.
We got to get that petition going, you said, for Mark Jackson.
Matter of fact, it's already up.
Yeah.
Go to the Is What It Is talk page. We want Mark Jackson at least to get a meeting with the team, if nothing else. The petition is up already. I believe we got close to 600-700 signatures. Go to the Is What It Is page. Hit the link in the bio if you want to see Mark Jackson potentially back in the NBA. We appreciate you.
Yeah, and all you guys up at Golden State that benefited from Mark Jackson, some of your fancy and fan favorite players should post Mark as well.
Yep.
There you have it. Okay, y'all, we're going to go to break. And when we return, we will discuss.
See, hold on, Mark. You see, I don't play. I'm more Cuban. And if I say we're going to get a petition done.
I like that.
It's already done.
That's the
I don't got to get it going anymore. It's done. But that's the shit me and Mark Cuban do. That's what the bosses and the CEOs do. We have to bust moves. We got to stop playing games and we make it happen. That's what happens, man.
Okay.
Shout out to Larry, too. He helped me get it done. My nigga Larry, man.
Yeah. Okay, so when we return, we will discuss the roast of Tom Brady. Promise y'all, it gets crazy. Don't go anywhere.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. What's stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free. Why am I here? This woman wanna be free. Hell, I don't wanna see her walk away. I wish somebody told me the rules. Disagreements let her win, and it's cool. Even when I'm right, this ain't about you.
Welcome back. Now let's get into our Underdog fantasy picks of the day. Tonight, Dallas will play OKC. Underdog fantasy has Luka at 31.5 points. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Higher.
Yeah, higher.
Okay. Kyrie's at 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
Higher.
Higher.
Okay. And SGA is at 40 points, rebounds, and assists. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
40 points.
Rebounds and assists.
This one I'm not sure about. What you think, Killer? I'm going to go with your answer on this one. I'm not sure about that one.
OKC been resting for a while. They've been chilling. And so far in the first round, it didn't take a lot of points for SGA for them to win that series. But SGA is a competitor. I'm really interested in this series because SGA, remember when he played against Steph Curry and he was like posting how he busted Steph Curry ass and
he will not do that to Curry. I meant to Irvin.
Kyrie, that's what I was about to say. This is going to look, Kyrie, the shit that Kyrie did the other day to PJ Tucker was, and PJ, my man, that shit was wild. Just you seen it? Yo, why would you do that, Kyle? Like, come on, that was wild, dangerous to do that to a nigga.
I thought that was your man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because I said Luka had higher, I'm gonna say lower, but his points, rebounds, and assists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lower.
I'm gonna go higher because if he passes to Luka, I think Luka's gonna have a good scoring night. So I'm gonna go higher with all three.
Okay. All right. Download the Underdog Fantasy app and you can make your picks too. So the roast of Tom Brady happened the other day where comedians could take a jab at roasting Tom Brady. So it's got a lot of strong reactions because of the nature of the jokes, which surrounded, rumors of him getting plastic surgery, his wife being with her trainer, and even Kim Kardashian went up to present an award and she got booed. So one of the jokes, we'll start with one of the jokes, came from Kevin Hart. He said, "Single life is what you deserve because you had no choice. Giselle gave you an ultimatum. Giselle said you retire or we're done." Well, let me tell you something. When you've got a chance to go 8 and 9 and all it will cost you is your wife and your kids, you got to do what the fuck you got to do. And then he said, "Yeah, Tom, F them kids." So what do you think of just the joke that Kevin Hart had made?
And then on top of that line right there, he said, "Yo, Tom, that's called real nigga shit." Yo, look, when you go to roast, it's nothing that's not on the line. So that's the chance you take when you go to roast. It's Tom Brady, so people probably cringing. I love roasts. I love them. I would not have the strength to be roasted because everything's on the line. Everything's on the line. It's nothing that's not on the line. Yo, Kevin Hart said Antonio, he said, yo, Giselle's here tonight. She was Antonio Brown +1.
Yeah.
I say, yo, the Giselle jokes was wild. The niggas say, yo, Brown +1. Yo, murder. Nigga Kevin Hart said, yo, that's fucked up that you fucked your coach Bill Belichick and left him like that. You know who else fucked their coach? Giselle. She fucked a karate nigga. He said, Tom, you ain't realize she was taking karate classes 8 times a day and she's still a white belt.
Yeah.
Nigga said, yo, you ain't pick up on that shit, my nigga. That shit was, listen, it's 3 hours. I probably like 35 minutes in, 40 minutes, but it was brutal.
Yeah.
It was real brutal. So it's part of the nature. Look, I seen when they roasted Flavor Flav. And this girl, the girls at the Flavor Flav murder, she said, yo, Flav, you look like what Magic Johnson's supposed to look like right now. This is your P. It's ruthless, yo. Yo, them roasters is ruthless, yo. Yo, it's P and shit is ruthless. You gotta have a strong heart for that shit, B. Tom Brady, listen, man, better man than me. Cause I can't really sit there, man, and let niggas do that. That nigga, Kevin Hart came out, pause, brutal, bro. He said when the Patriots picked you first, you went in Bill Belichick's office and said, this is the best decision of your life, man. And then you asked Bill Belichick, you need a massage?
That was Jeff Ross, by the way.
Oh, the Jeff Ross part. Me like, yo, bro. Yo, it was no straight. Jeff Ross, the master of that shit. Mm-hmm. He's master of that shit, B. So, yo, man, Tom Brady is brutal. I didn't even get to the whole shit. I'm going to watch the whole shit the next couple of days. It's 3 hours. I can't watch it straight, but better nigga than me. That shit was kind of hard. Paused. The nigga told Jeff Ross, said, yo, I ain't know if Kevin Hart was here, if Randy Moss was here just taking a knee. Yo, that shit is brutal, bro. It was brutal, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah, I think he really, I don't think he was ready for that. I think you know how sometimes when you're going somewhere, you're like, oh, I'm going to my own roast by the time like 10 minutes into the room, the roast falls. He was like, yeah, I made a mistake. This is going to be bad.
Yeah, this is bad.
Especially with the internet. I think there's been roasts before, but we didn't have the internet. So it just seemed like the internet just extends the roast to a whole 3 more months.
And not only that, like you said, I that was a great way to put it. Like, I'm Tom, they ain't gonna go that far. Yo, bro, niggas should get sunglasses when they do that because you can see how uncomfortable niggas' faces are. Pause when they hearing these jokes like, oh, I ain't know this nigga gonna go there. This, you feel me? Like, nah, niggas is super duper violated. And then Giselle was there. Like,
oh, she was super embarrassed.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So everybody's catching strays, B. A lot of strays in that first 30 minutes that I watched.
So Tom Brady did take it well, but with the Jeff Ross joke, he did go up and told him, don't say that shit again. So that clip is actually going viral because...
when he said this shit about Bill Belichick, he walked up and said, don't say it again.
About Robert Kraft, yeah.
Pardon me, I'm sorry.
All good,
Robert Kraft. And I was like, yo, when he said that, I was like, Jeff Ross laughed at him like, oh, you must not know where the fuck you at. All right, whatever. But yeah, I did see that
when
part
niggas
too.
forget they play football.
Yeah.
So I have a couple more follow-up questions regarding the roast. So one, what would it take for you to be the subject of a roast battle?
Thing about it for me,
go ahead.
It's nothing. It's no money, no nothing. My whole adult life been, like, even when, like, battling niggas, like, even when me and Mase was talking about the Oracle the other day, that was when we was talking about it, because a lot of people may not know I came in first. You know, it's crazy. People's like, I never heard it. I'm going to listen to it now. I got you some streams, nigga. That nigga's like, I never heard of it. But more of the story, I was taking shots at Mase before he made the Oracle, and it's like, he's like, yo, I waited till you finished saying for shit to say or whatever, which was genius. But basically, Mase took a break for a minute from rapping. But my whole adult life has been televised just about. And I don't know niggas to be talking about niggas. So even if I go battle a nigga, I don't really know you, nigga. You got mad info on me from the time I've been 21 years old. The revolution was televised. You know everything. You can start talking about Dipset, my bitches, this, that, and the third, and everything else. I can't even snap on y'all niggas. I don't know y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't do a roast because you could talk about me from the time I probably was before that, 16, 17 years old to my age now. So I can't sit there and be subject to that because if I got random niggas talking about me and I don't got no info on them, I can't even snap back. It's no dollar amount that I could sit there and take that. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I think the same because when we was talking about the battle, I was like, yo, I had to let him go for years because he had a lot of information, so I had to let him shoot it. So
that was smart, It's empty.
It's like, well, he can't say this. He just said that. He said this, and I would never do a roast. I would never do a roast.
I can't do it.
And then the last question I got to ask about it, how do you guys feel about the whole thing being live?
Who made up the roast anyway? It got to be a white boy who made this up.
Well, Larry's saying, I don't know if he made it up, but that kid, Jeff Ross, is his shit now. But I don't know who actually made the first one.
Who gets fun out of that? Like, hey, let's go and
listen,
before
before Jeff Ross, I seen years ago when Ted Danson was dating Whoopi Goldberg and they came out with the blackface pause.
Yeah.
And all that shit. And I was like, yo, is this funny? But I was too young kind of to understand at that particular time. You know, that's when I was probably like 13, 14. I'm like, yo, what's funny about this? But nah, bro. I'm not, I can't do that, bro. I can't do it.
You probably would have to be like completely free of everything to do that. You know, the people that do that is like, they're different people. Yeah, or they go there high.
Or they need some money. And I don't think Tom need no money, but certain people, it's probably a check. Kevin Hart said that shit. He said, they paid me to be here, nigga. They paid me a lot of bread. But Mase knows this, man. Let me tell you something, man. I come from one of the
ruthless,
nigga. And I ain't forget the murders and the robberies and the crimes. The verbal abuse that goes on in my neighborhood. It's just, I've never seen that. Like when I'm like, yo, how do we talk to each other like this? Like, yo, my nigga, yo, the verbal abuse in my neighborhood was at top level. I never seen nothing like it, bro. A nigga had a colonizer, a shit bag. And a nigga he was arguing with a nigga and somebody told the nigga, change your shit bag, you stink, nigga. The fuck out of here. And I'm like,
let me get away from this nigga before he drink bleach.
Yeah. Like somebody we knew
going through mental stuff.
Somebody that we knew had drank some bleach because he was going through something.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he came out of it and niggas going to the store and Big Al out there, you know, God bless it. Then he's like, I want something from the store. You want this. I'm gonna get you a bleach flavored Snapple. Tells the nigga that. Like, I'm like, bro.
Niggas is emotionally unstable, and this is what niggas.
And no, bro, I'm sitting there looking at it like, yo, I swear to God, I used to be like, I gotta get the fuck out of here in my brain. I played on laughing like, oh, no, niggas crazy. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. This is some wild shit. And then nigga, like I said, even the shit bag shit, niggas talking, niggas, shut up if I snatch your bag. Say something else, I snatched that shit right. Yo, nigga told nigga I snatched your shit literally. Yo, my nigga, it's ruthless, my nigga. So when you talk about roast, This is publicly, so it's a bigger stage, but I seen the worst of the worst right in the neighborhood I grew up in.
Okay. And then on another note, so Wemby won Rookie of the Year, averaging 21.4 points and 10.6 rebounds. How do y'all feel about him winning the award? Mase first.
Well, we knew Wemby was gonna win the Rookie of the Year. We all knew that. That's no surprise. I would have been more surprised if they said Czech won it or it was a tie or they was gonna share it. That probably pause would have been better. Do you think it would have hurt them if they would have let them share the award?
What I'm going to say is this, and this is a quote. Pause before I say it. Niggas sucking dick, I get it. Bowl.
Boys. Yeah.
Bowl. Niggas sucking dick, I get it.
Yeah.
Congrats to Wemby, though. We knew this shit was going to happen before the season started.
Before he even laced his sneakers up.
Right.
Okay, and then Lonzo Ball picks up a $21.4 million player option with the Bulls after not playing for around 2.5 years due to injury. Does this decision make sense to you? What do you guys think about him picking up that option? Mase first.
The only way this makes sense for me is if he start wearing the LaVar Ball sneakers again, man. Since he got his money, it would be great to see him reconnect with his dad business-wise. But, I mean, basketball-wise, I don't know what they're expecting in Chicago at this time. I think I've seen, what's the dude, Kobe White play very well. They got Zach LaVine. It would be great to see Lonzo Ball in full healthy form, pause again, because he was seeming to come into his own. But I wouldn't be surprised if he get traded and end up in Charlotte with his brother. That's what I'm ultimately looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, it makes sense. Absolutely makes 1,000% sense for Lonzo Ball. Why would you opt out? You're not going to get paid. You haven't played in 2.5 years. So if you opt out, what you think you're going to go renegotiate and get more than $20 million and you haven't played basketball? This is the absolutely smartest thing Lonzo Ball could do. Because let's say he opt out. Who's paying him $20 million and the kid hasn't played in 2.5 years? So for Lonzo Ball, yes, this is very smart because now you're getting an extra $21 million and you didn't even play for 2.5 years. I know the Bulls is pissed off. I'd be pissed. I would have been praying he opt out. But why would you opt out and then you probably might not even get $10 million because nobody knows how good you are or not?
Well,
I thought he was out for 1.5 years. That's been too.
Saying he last played January 14th, 2022.
Man. Nah.
Well, there you have it. That's all the time that we have for today. Thanks for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.